Hello there and happy December from Ferrari Land in Salou, or Barcelona if you believe PortAventura's advertising. I'm joined by lots of Lancashire folk today. I've got Mark, and Captain Stone Age, also known as Stuz. First time we've been here since 2017. You excited to be back on Red Force?
Well, yeah, Ferrari Land, yeah, I can't wait to get on Red Force.
Yeah, interested to see how it compares to King Dakar and Top Thrill Dragster. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I think Dragster will still be better than it, but it's better than car.
Yeah, let's see.
King Dakar, yeah.
We've never been here with Mark before. Have you been to Ferrari Land before?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
I think it was like May 17 when I last came here.
Good stuff.
Looking forward to it. It's a nice park at the end of the day.
It's looking nice and quiet.
Hopefully be a few laps on Red Force at the front then for me.
Yeah, I mean, being surrounded by all these Lancashire folk, I'm a bit worried that they're going to go off looking for meat and potato pies on baps and all sorts of things later on.
I'd rather be a pasta than a pie.
So we've got Stuz from Wigan.
Lee!
Where are you from, Stuz? Wigan or Lee? Lee. So yeah, we've got Stuz from Wigan and Mark from Lee.
I am not from Lee.
They're both giving me like daggers off camera. No, it's really good to be back here. First time I came here was on the opening day in April 2017. That seems like a long time ago. A lot's happened since then. But yeah, that was a good day. I was here with Mike. It was a bit chaotic getting in, a bit easier to get in this time. Very, very quiet in this park, as it always is. I came back in May 2017. It was quiet then, and it looks like it's going to be quiet now, but it is a Friday in December, so I guess it's to be expected really. I wasn't expecting it to be busy. First up is a ride on Red Force. It's the first time for me to ride this in 2 years. I'm really looking forward to getting back on it, especially now I've seen it going around a couple of times and just remembered how awesome it sounds from off-ride. Looks to be no queue in the main queuing area, so I would imagine we're going to do a couple of rides on it. It's only on, no, it's on 2 trains. I was going to say it's only on 1 train. No, it's on 2 trains from what we can see. Like I say, with no queue, we should get plenty of rides on it. So we'll do a couple of rides on it. We're going to have to put our stuff in the locker, I believe. So we'll see you once we've been on Red Force, probably 5 or 6 times. Just taken a couple of rides on Red Force. Mark's recovering, so we'll go to other Mark. This is getting confusing, both from Lancashire as well.
Too many Marks in there now.
So there's 3 Marks.
3 Marks.
We'll call Stuz Mark as well. We might as well have 3 Marks. So Mark 3,
yeah.
Mark 2.
Mark 2, yeah.
How was it for you, Mark 2?
It's alright, you know. From roads where it's at, the further back you go along the train, it gets a little bit rougher, but the launch is still good from what I remember for it. So, and to be fair, right, you get a fair bit of airtime going over the top on it, so it works out alright.
Question is it superb airtime or just good airtime?
On that front row, it's superb airtime. Further back you go, it gets less and less because it becomes a bit jolty, but it's still good. It's still a good ride, very good ride. But I don't remember the brakes being as sharp as they was, unless it's my mind going in my old age or something. But it's still a very, very, very good ride.
So we've done Stealth, we've done Top Thrill Dragster, we've done King Dakar. I'll ask you later which one you think's the best, because I didn't want to put you on the spot. Come on, Mark 3. Stuzzler. You still loving Red Force?
I love Red Force, especially front row, yeah, but Dragster's still the #1 launch coaster for me.
Well, you didn't need any thinking time for that one, did you?
No, that was something special when I did it earlier this year, but we've just done 5 rides on Red Force, and the 5th one was on the front row. As Mark says, that is definitely where it's at. It's really, really smooth at the front, and the wind in your face is just incredible.
So you challenged the wind,
I did,
and you didn't get wind?
111 miles an hour, firing off that thing, wow, it's great.
So I did 3 rides on Red Force, I didn't do the 5. I only wanted to challenge the wind 3 times. Wanted to get some off-ride shots. Gotta say, it's too rattly. It's for a ride that's 2 years old, just over 2 year old. It's too rattly. Why is it so rattly? It shouldn't be that bad. He doesn't run that often. It only, like, as you probably heard earlier on in the vlog, I thought it was running on one train, or would be on one train today, because it so often is on one train. So I don't know how it's got so rattly so soon. I don't remember it being that rattly back in 2017. But, there is a but, it is an excellent coaster. Airtime is incredible over the top. Not a fan of the brake run bit where you sort of go in that dodgy angle into the brake run. It kind of jolts your neck a little bit, but yeah, it's a great coaster, lots of airtime, nice forceful launch. Does feel a little bit weak after doing Dragster and King Dakar, but it is still a great coaster and we're lucky to have it in Europe. So now it's time to do Junior Red Force. A cred is a cred, so let's do it. As we always say on this channel, a cred is a cred. Mark, are you happy with your +1?
Indeed, you've got it. It's all about them +1s.
Yeah, what's your coaster count now?
251.
251.
Massively helped with America, obviously. But,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, 251. Quite happy with that.
300 next year, you're going to push for it?
Push for 300. Depends when we do Poland, to be honest.
Yeah, it does. Well, we won't be far off after that, will we?
No, exactly.
Let's ask Stuz. Let's bring Stuz in, or Mark III.
Yes.
How many is your coaster count now? Do you keep a count?
Yeah, 202.
202.
Yeah.
Well, you're a bit behind us, Stuz. You're going to have to get yourself to Poland and Florida, I think.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, well, we're going to Poland next year as well, so jump on it and I'm sure you'll boost the count.
Yeah.
Whilst Red Force is, of course, the main attraction here at Ferrari Land, there is two S&S. I think the combo towers, I don't think they're just shot towers. A bit like Ice Blast at Pleasure Beach, but they also do the drop section as well as the shot. It is, of course, walk on like everything else. So this will be the next ride of the day. Turns out I wasn't paying enough attention to the drop towers. One of them is a shot tower and the other one is a drop tower. I thought they were both combo towers, but it's not a very memorable ride, so I didn't really remember much of it from 2017. But yeah, one is a shot tower and one is a drop tower. And I think it's fair to say Mark bricked it on both. It's Mark II and Mark III. Mark III going off camera there.
Yeah, well.
Did you enjoy the thrilling towers? Were they thrilling?
Well, the drop tower's all right, yeah. The shot towers, well, I can only describe it as Ice Blast on a bad day.
Ice Blast on a bad day?
Yeah.
Does that have a good day?
Well, not probably since about the last 10 years, to be honest, no. But yeah, I find Krusty Krab more thrilling than that, to be perfectly honest with you, I think. Yeah.
I think that's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
I think next time you go on Ice Blast, you'll really appreciate it.
I will do, yeah. I will do.
Let's ask Mark II. How was that for you? I'd imagine you were pretty scared at some points.
I was a little bit nervous on the drop tower.
A little bit.
A little bit on the drop tower. That was all right, but that shot tower were awful. Absolutely awful. It's literally like you're just being on a stand and stair lift going up and then down again.
Stand and stair lift, that's a fair way of describing it. Yeah, I remember it being pretty poor back in 2017. You would think with it being fairly new it'd be really powerful.
No, it's dreadful. Absolutely dreadful.
Well, on to the next one.
Indeed.
Here we go on the Maranello Grand Race. I think it's fair we can call it the Grand Prix as well. I'm not drinking and driving, and I'm not filming and driving either. That belongs to Stuz, if I could just about see you on camera there.
Yes, yes.
I've done enough driving today. I drove the car here.
Living.
You drive for a living, I used to.
It's meant to be my day off today. I'm driving again.
He's driving again. This is officially the Stuz bus. It's a new Stuz bus.
Yellow.
Yellow.
The yellow Stuz bus.
It's a yellow Stuz bus. We're a bit tight for space in here, but we're all good.
It's not leg room at all.
This is our version of the Grand Tour. Driving all the way back to, well, I would say Wigan, but Stuz will get angry. No, driving all the way back to Lancashire in this little yellow car.
Yeah.
Stuz bus. Oh, there's water on the track.
Oh dear.
Mildly moist.
Mildly moist, yeah.
Oh look, the paparazzi are here. Paparazzi. Oh, There's adult Red Force, not junior Red Force. I'm surprised they didn't call this like Grand Prix Force.
There's the Two Towers Forceless.
No, that's called the Thrilling Towers Force. Everything's force.
Forceless.
Oh, Red Force isn't forceless.
No, Thrill Towers, isn't it?
This reminds me of my old job at Bentley, seeing all the cars lined up like this. This one's going for paint inspection. It's a bit like when I worked at Bentley, seeing all the cars in one big line. But of course, these are Ferraris, because we are in Ferrari Land. Now, Stuz has run off, so I'll just do a little review on the Maranello Grand Prix, or Grand Race. It was alright. It was decent. Oh, Stuz is back. Let's ask him. Did you enjoy driving on your day off from driving?
Yeah, it was good, yeah. Very enjoyable, yeah.
Very leisurely.
Very leisurely. Nice drive out on a sunny day out here in Salou.
And no M6 to deal with on this occasion.
No, it was great to actually be moving for a change. Normally at work I'm sat in traffic for about 3 hours a day, but it was good to finally actually do a journey and not get stuck in traffic.
Do a full circle without having to stop for traffic.
Yeah, exactly. It was great, yeah.
I just want to say as well that Stuz doesn't work for Bentley.
No.
We just want to mention that because we mentioned driving cars. It was me that worked for Bentley.
But for a different company, but I do drive for a living.
Yeah, excellent. Stuz the chauffeur. Since my last visit to Ferrari Land, the Pitlane is now open and serving food. Now, I only had a cheese and ham sandwich, but we all had something different. It's alright, wasn't it?
Hamburger and chips.
Hamburger and chips.
It was alright, you know, but it can be a bit pricey. It was like, I think €14, something like that, so what, 12, 13 quid.
For burger and chips?
Burger and chips. It wasn't a big portion of chips either, but it was nice though. That's all you can ever ask. It was nice food, really.
Yeah. Let's go to Stuz, or Mark III.
Mark III.
What did you have, Stuz? Was it alright?
Yeah, meatballs and like potatoes. Yeah, very nice actually. As Mark said, it's not very much, you know, for the money he paid, but it was very tasty.
Good stuff.
It. Yeah.
Whilst I'm still not completely sold on the Ferrari Land project here at PortAventura, there's absolutely no doubt that the setting in this park is beautifully done. The buildings look nice, they fit in well, the shops look good, everything looks good about it. There's just no people. It's just, I know it's December. At home, a park like this would be dead, but it'd be raining. It'd probably be snowing, or it'd just be cold, but it's like 18 degrees and it's dead.
Yeah, I've got to be honest with you though. Probably like I remember like when I was in Australia and it was 45 in summer, and then when it dropped to 20 in winter, you're getting your jacket on and stuff like that. So it's probably the same here, to be honest with you. But it's a park that I've never seen anybody that's come and put pictures on. I've never seen it busy at all ever, and it's that kind of like, why are they not coming type of thing. And that's the only thing lacking from it. Everything else is done well, it's just lacking that little bit of an atmosphere.
Yeah, definitely. It just feels a bit soulless, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just missing that little bit extra for it. I'd like a few people here and you're just waiting maybe 20-30 minutes for rides. You're thinking, oh, you know, it's a really good park, this. I mean, it's still a really good park, but you're just missing that little bit.
It's lacking an atmosphere and lacking the soul. It was always a dubious project, though. I don't think it was ever really got people on board with it, to be honest.
No. Yeah, I suppose it's obviously he's got his PA over there, isn't it? And that's so good.
Yeah.
And they've added this little bit on. Realistically, I'm sure we've all thought it or all said it that it should have been part of the main park, really.
Yeah, definitely.
And then you could have just wandered around as and when, rather than it being a separate area.
Totally agree. Well, while we're here, I might as well show you this car. Of course it is a Ferrari, or at least I think it's a Ferrari. Got all those sponsors on the side, and there's a lot of stuff like that around this park, lots of cars and this Ferrari branding and screens with stuff going on with Ferrari races. There's also behind us I'm going to move out around here a little bit because of the sun. Oh god, that makes it worse. The Ferrari experience is, I think it's a flying theatre and something else. We've not got round to them yet, but I'm sure we'll have a look.
You've got the Flying Dreams, and then you've got, I think, something turns or something like that, isn't it? The one where you're on like supposed to be on a race car.
Yeah.
And then obviously you've got all the rest of it around there, so it's good.
But yeah, it just needs a bit more, doesn't it? I don't know if it needs more rides, it needs more atmosphere or shows or it just needs to be part of the main part. Something, I think we said, well, I know we didn't come here together, but something needs to change. We said that last time.
Yeah, there's 2 years, and the only thing that really happened is you've got Junior Red Force in.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing I can see that's changed really. And to be honest with you, from obviously you've got the only place that it can start to expand is a car park, but and then it's I don't know. Something does need to change really, but we'll see.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna flip the camera around. Try not to look into the sun whilst I'm doing it, which I'm doing just that. There we go, that works. Yeah, I said it 2 years ago. It's a really nice park. That doesn't change. Red Force is a great coaster, but this really should have been part of PortAventura. Why not have it as, I don't know, just an extension of the main park? No upcharges, no need for that. Just have it as part of the main park, have a path between both, have it as a little bit of an out of the way section, but it's just too much for what it is. And just like Mark says, there's no atmosphere. It's a good place, it's fun, just no atmosphere. Going back to what we were saying not so long ago, we've not had a look at these buildings in the vlog yet. These are really, really well done. Such a nice area, such a nice place. It's at the wrong park. I think if it was a standalone park without PortAventura next door to it, it'd probably do really well. But I think people literally come in, do Red Force, and then leave again. But it is really nice. It just needs more rides, I think, some shows, and a bit more of a soul. Maybe be connected up to the main park, and I think it would thrive. But whilst it's in its current state with being an upcharged separate park with very little in it, it's always going to be this quiet. I just don't ever see it being a place that gets 2-3 hour queues. One, it doesn't have the rides for it, and I just don't think the interest is there in it. But I don't think people ever got on board with this project, to be honest. We've come to the end of our time in Ferrari Land, and Studs has already walked off camera, so we'll start with Mark. How has your day been?
I've enjoyed it. Red Force is a great ride.
Enjoyed challenging the wind.
Challenging the wind, and you can just lap it, can't you? It's one of them coasters where you can just lap it, and you know what? It's a good coaster. Really, really is. You just need a bit more to the park, but other than that, like, it's got the standout attraction anyway.
Obviously, it's not something that you can just think of on the hop, but I'm going to ask you anyway, what would you add to make it better?
What would I add to make it better? I don't know, personally, if they just threw in some thrill flat rides, yeah, I'd be happy days. Maybe, like a big gyro swing or something like that, and theme it to a tyre, I don't know. Tyre Force, there you go. Yeah, you know what I mean? Something like that, or even like a swing, like Rush, or... You could call that Downforce. Yes, or Upswing, something like that. If they add those to the park, you start building on it then, and there's something other than Red Force to come and do. And they could even do a deal with Coaster Force and call the next coaster Coaster Force. They could, and we could just lap that as well. Yeah, definitely. So, Stuz, I asked you about 4 hours ago, well, the video isn't 4 hours long, Red Force, King Dakar, Stealth, or Top Thrill Dragster? Well, Top Thrill Dragster is number one. Yeah. I'd say Red Force number 2, Stealth, and then Car. Yeah. I think it was Mark I asked, so let's go back to Mark first. It was you I asked, wasn't it? Because Stuz said Top Thrill Dragster straight away. Can you rank them? Yeah. King Dakar. What, best? No, bottom. I'm going bottom up. All right. King Dakar, bottom. Red Force, Stealth, Dragster. Dragster's somewhere up there then. Yeah, it's off the screen. There's just something better about a hydraulic launch than an LSM for me, and that's just the only difference between Red Force and Stealth, and that's why I just put Stealth a little bit higher for it. Good stuff. Right, back to Stuz. Yep. If you could change anything about Ferrari Land, I'm just going to come round this way. Yeah, no problem. Come round this way because the light's starting to get in my eyes as usual. What would you change? Because obviously we're all saying off camera and on camera that, yeah, it's a bit soulless. Yeah, as Mark said, put a few more flat rides in. We're not quite sure what. Maybe another coaster of some sort. Again, leave it up to the theming guys here. They're good at what they do.
You can't fault the theming in Ferrari Land, like the Italian architecture. It's all very well done. But yeah,
just needs a bit more, doesn't it?
It needs more, yeah. As it is at the moment, it should literally be just another section of the actual park itself. It shouldn't be a separate park.
I agree.
It's nothing more than a glorified themed area dressed up as a separate park.
Totally agree.
So
there we have it.
But why have they not merged it with the main park yet? I'm living up.
Pound signs. Euro signs. Yeah. Just to expand on what Stuz and Mark have said, really, I think it's a park with a lot of potential. It's really, really nice how it's done. It's got such a lovely setting. It's got a good start with Red Force. I mean, Red Force, it's grown on me today. I started off the day and going, yeah, it's all right. And I've gone on it more and more off camera since we've done it earlier on. And every time I've gone on it, I've actually enjoyed it a lot more. But there's just one thing that's going to stick in my mind from today. We were one train off a rollback. One bloody train off a rollback, I can't believe it. And me and Stuz dawdled around the queue line as well. If we'd have been a bit quicker, we'd have been on it. But it also happened to us 10 years ago in the stealth queue. We dawdled around that because it was walk-on, got to the air gates, rollback. So, Stuz, we're never going to get a rollback, are we? It's just never going to happen. Here he comes. He's coming.
No.
He's coming in shot. We're never going to get a rollback, are we? It's just not going to happen.
It's my one of my lifelong dreams as a coaster enthusiast is to get a rollback on a launch coaster. It's never happened yet, and I've been with you guys. Was it 13 years?
Yeah,
now?
It's just not going to happen.
No.
Dragster needs to happen on Dragster next year.
Yeah, that would be
that works.
Incredible. Yeah, that would be incredible.
So going back to Ferrari Land, I just have to agree with, like Mark and Stuz have said, flat rides. Let's have some flat rides. Call them downforce, I don't know, toilet force, epic force, whatever force you want to call it, challenge the wind, I don't know, I don't care, call it whatever you want, call it Ferrari ride. Just build some rides, please. It just needs some more rides to go with Red Force, just to justify it. But I don't think it should have ever been a separate park. I remember back in 2014 when the plans were announced, I was thinking, why is it just not part of the main park? Just make it like a far out bit of PortAventura. I know PortAventura is very set in what kind of park it's themed to and the way that it's all done, but there's no reason why this couldn't have been a far out area of just a Ferrari bit without being the extra upcharge. There's just no need for it to cost so bloody much, to be honest, because it's not worth it. But Red Force is such a great ride, isn't it? It's grown on me so much, and I'm glad that we've done it now, because earlier on I was like, have we wasted our time going on it? But no, we haven't. It's been good doing it. But yeah, it just needs some more rides. But before we go, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who is nominated for us in the Clamshell Awards as well, which have been put on by Cupcakes and Coasters. Big thanks to Jordan and everyone else who's put on the Clamshell Awards. The prizes are fantastic, and it's an honour to be nominated for 3 categories. If you enjoy what we're doing on the channel, I'll put a link in the description. Please go and vote for us. Totally appreciate all the nominations that we had to even be in the final. But yeah, if you do enjoy what we're doing, please consider giving us a vote. Totally appreciate your support. On to the main park of PortAventura now, so we'll see you in there. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next Pleasure Beach Experience video.